As the first light of dawn touches the African wilderness, a new day begins across the vast savannah. For countless animals, survival starts long before the sun rises above the horizon.
This is a land of opportunity, but also a land of constant danger. Every movement matters. Every decision can mean the difference between life and death.
Hidden among the golden grass, one of Africa's most powerful predators watches the world around him. The lion has ruled these plains for thousands of years. Across the grasslands, the first herds begin to move. Their journey is guided by instinct, shaped by generations that have crossed these plains before them. For grazing animals, safety is found in numbers. Thousands of eyes scan the horizon, searching for signs of danger. Yet even in a large herd, there is no guarantee of protection. Predators are patient. They wait for weakness. They wait for opportunity. Nearby, another hunter enters the story. Often misunderstood, hyenas are among the most intelligent predators in Africa. Their success comes not from brute strength, but from teamwork, endurance, and remarkable adaptability. In this harsh environment, every species has developed its own strategy for survival. Some rely on power, others rely on speed, and some rely on cooperation. As the morning unfolds, the savannah becomes increasingly active. The struggle for food, territory, and survival continues across every corner of the landscape. For now, the balance remains unchanged. Predators watch. Prey remain alert, and the ancient rhythm of Africa continues once again. But this is only the beginning of today's story, because on these endless plains, every moment has the potential to change everything. Across the open plains, vast herds spread across the landscape like a moving sea of life. For these animals, every day is a journey shaped by hunger, instinct, and survival. Wildebeest travel in enormous numbers. Together, they create one of the most remarkable spectacles in the natural world. Their strength lies not in speed or power, but in unity. By staying together, they reduce the chances of becoming the next target. Yet predators understand this strategy well. They are not searching for the strongest animal in the herd. They are searching for the weakest. A young calf, an injured adult, or a moment of distraction.
For a predator, opportunity often lasts only seconds. A single mistake can create the opening they have been waiting for.
Nearby, zebras continue their search for fresh grass. Their distinctive black and white patterns are more than just beautiful markings. When moving together as a group, those stripes create confusion. To a predator, separating one individual from the herd becomes far more difficult. Nature has spent millions of years perfecting these defenses. Every adaptation tells a story of survival. While herbivores focus on feeding, predators remain patient. Energy is precious here. Every unnecessary movement comes at a cost. For lionesses, hunting is a calculated effort. Success depends on timing, teamwork, and absolute precision. Most hunts fail. Despite their reputation, lions are unsuccessful more often than they succeed. But failure is part of life on the savannah. Every predator must try again. Every prey animal must remain vigilant. Across the grasslands, another predator enters the story. Unlike lions, cheetahs rely on speed rather than strength. Every movement is calculated. Every second matters. Built for acceleration, the cheetah is one of nature's most remarkable hunters. But even for the fastest predator on Earth, success is never guaranteed. A different giant now dominates the landscape. Elephants move across the dry wilderness with quiet confidence. Perched high above the ground, a leopard surveys the wilderness below. From this elevated position, nothing escapes its attention. Unlike lions that rely on pride and cooperation, the leopard survives alone, silent, patient, and remarkably adaptable. Every branch becomes a lookout point. Every shadow becomes cover. In Africa, stealth is often more valuable than strength. Not far away, the next generation of predators begins to explore the world. Lion cubs spend much of their time playing, but these playful moments serve an important purpose. Every chase, every leap, and every mock attack helps develop the skills they will one day need to survive. For now, they remain under the protection of the pride, but the challenges of adulthood are never far away. As the day continues, life gathers around one of Africa's most valuable resources. Along Africa's waterways, another predator waits in silence. The crocodile has remained almost unchanged for millions of years. Patient and powerful, it relies on surprise rather than speed. For animals approaching the water, danger may be closer than it appears. Far from the riverbanks, lions move through the tall grass. Their presence often goes unnoticed until it is too late. Every step is deliberate. Every movement is controlled. Energy must be conserved whenever possible. In the African wilderness, survival is rarely about strength alone. Experience and timing often matter far more. Nearby, a cheetah cub explores the world under the watchful eyes of its mother. This is Africa, a continent of staggering beauty and relentless purpose. Here, on the ancient plains, life moves in packs. The African wild dog, one of the most endangered carnivores on Earth, travels together, always. Loyalty is not a choice, it is survival. Even at the edge of the world, where land surrenders to sea, Africa's creatures are drawn to water. Water is everything here, the source of all life, the beginning and sometimes the end. Not far from the water's edge, in a sheltered thicket of acacia and thorn, a mother tends to her young. Lion cubs, just weeks old, are among the most vulnerable creatures on the savannah. Their world, for now, is small, defined only by the warmth of their mother's belly and the sound of her breathing. She watches, she waits. That is what lion mothers do. Beneath the glittering surface of a warm river channel, ancient predators rest. The Nile crocodile has prowled these waters for over 200 million years, virtually unchanged, a living relic of the age of dinosaurs. They are patient beyond measure, still as stone, and deadlier than anything that walks this continent. On the open savannah, the plain zebra stands in bold contrast to the golden grass. But look closer. These two are not simply standing side by side. They are grooming, nibbling at each other's mane with careful precision. A ritual of trust, of connection. In a world full of predators, knowing who has your back is everything. The lioness and her cub rest through the heat of midday. A lion pride can sleep up to 20 hours a day, conserving every ounce of energy for the hunt. But even at rest, the mother's ears never fully relax. Every rustle in the grass, every shift in the wind, she is always listening. Heavy, deliberate, unstoppable. The African elephant, the largest land animal on Earth, moves with a gravity that commands the landscape to step aside. These feet have walked the same seasonal routes for decades, perhaps longer. Elephants remember the paths their grandmothers walked. They carry the map of Africa. Back at the pride, the cubs grow restless. Play is not merely entertainment for young lions. Every pounce, every mock chase, every tumble is rehearsal. Training for the life ahead, a life that demands speed, strength, and precision. The cheetah, built for one thing and one thing only: speed. But speed alone does not guarantee survival. These are brothers, a coalition, and together they hold more territory, take down larger prey, and live longer than any solitary cheetah could. They groom each other carefully, reinforcing their bond. In the language of the wild, this is love. 3 brothers,
one purpose. A cheetah coalition like this is rare and remarkable. Each one knows his role. Each one knows the others. They have survived droughts, rival predators, and failed hunts. Together. In the shade of a thorny acacia, they pause. Their golden eyes sweep the horizon, reading the savannah like a page. A twitch of an ear, a shift in posture. Something has caught their attention. The grassland never truly rests, and neither do they.
Far to the south, where the cold Atlantic crashes against Africa's rugged coastline, the Cape Cormorant stakes its claim. Thousands of these seabirds crowd the rocky ledges, wings spread wide to dry in the ocean wind. They are noisy, chaotic, and magnificently alive. This is one of the most productive coastlines on the planet, and the birds know it. Then, without warning, the chase begins. At full sprint, the cheetah reaches 70 miles per hour in under 3 seconds. No land animal on Earth accelerates faster. Every muscle in its body fires in perfect sequence. The spine coils and releases like a spring. The tail acts as a rudder, steering through every twist and turn. This is evolution. Perfected. The chase is over. Whether successful or not, the cheetah must now rest. A full sprint burns an extraordinary amount of energy and overheats the body to dangerous levels. They disappear into the bush. Hidden. Still. The African wild dog never truly stops. These animals are among the most efficient hunters on the continent, with a success rate of over 80%, far higher than lions or leopards. Their secret? Communication. Constant, deliberate, and precise. Every ear twitch, every whimper, every glance means something. As the sun descends toward the horizon, the savannah transforms. The light turns everything gold, everything amber, everything the color of lion fur. And in that perfect light, a lioness watches the plains below, alone with the dying day, regal, patient. This is the hour when Africa holds its breath. Then, the river, the Great Migration, one of the most spectacular events in the natural world. Over 1 million wildebeest, driven by instinct and the pull of green grass, must cross the Mara River. The water is fast, the banks are steep, and the crocodiles are waiting. At the waterhole, the rules of the savannah briefly pause. Elephants, kudu, and smaller antelope share this precious resource, at least for now. Even the most dominant animals cannot afford conflict when water is scarce. The waterhole is neutral ground, a rare armistice in a landscape of constant struggle. They graze with single-minded focus, converting the rich green grass into energy, rebuilding the strength they will need for the journey back. The cycle is relentless. The plains zebra grazes alongside them. No two zebras share the same stripe pattern. Like a human fingerprint, each animal is uniquely marked, allowing individuals to recognize one another within the herd. Scientists believe the stripes may also confuse biting insects, regulate body heat, and even disrupt the visual perception of predators in a moving group. Beauty, with a purpose. As darkness approaches, the balance of power shifts. The lion, a nocturnal hunter by nature, becomes even more dangerous. Its eyes are designed for low light. In darkness, it sees 6 times better than its prey. The night belongs to the predator. And across the savannah, every creature knows it.
But the wildebeest do not stop. Even at dusk, even through the night, the herd keeps moving. Momentum is safety. The herd is safety. A lone wildebeest on an open plain at night is a meal. A herd of 10,000 is something else entirely. A living fortress where any individual's chance of being the one targeted drops to almost nothing. There is safety in numbers.
As the day ends, an extraordinary scene unfolds. Lionesses rest in the shade of an open track, utterly relaxed. And just beyond them, within plain sight, a small group of zebras grazes in the green. They know the lions are there. The lions know the zebras are there. And yet, neither moves. The hunt is over for today. The savannah has reached its quiet understanding.